Hi, this is Sarah from Align with Sarah. I'm not sure how long we're going to have here on the Let's Talk Tuesday live stream because we keep losing power at my house, which is why I'm a little bit late. So I'll do what I can, and then maybe that'll help me get to the point a little bit more than usual. So this month, our piece of wellness is accountability. And this is such a beautiful thing. If we have the right perspective on it, if we have emotional baggage around this, the thought of accountability can really stir up a lot of resistance, a lot of anger. I feel like I refer to my emotion code chart all the time when I talk about, like what gets in the way. And this is a huge one. So, being offered the opportunity to be accountable for something, I mean, defensiveness is a negative emotion. And that resonates with the large intestine and works with the lung. All of our emotions resonate on a certain frequency. And the concepts of Chinese medicine and energy healing um, talk about how organs resonate with those emotions. So they're like paired up. So it's like a tuning fork that you activate. If you have one that's at the same frequency or size and you move them together, you don't have to touch them and the other one will activate. So that's kind of how we can think of the emotions and um, the frequencies of emotions and how they associate with those organs and um, that relationship. So we can, be all amped up about our failures. That's an emotion. Hopelessness, helplessness, lack of control, um, despair, anxiety, abandonment, betrayal. I mean, the list can go on and on and on when we push ourselves to be accountable. And that guilt trip that we can give ourselves when we set a goal, we try to be accountable, it doesn't happen, and we lay the guilt on, you should have known better, you never do this, we can pick a parent or somebody from when we were growing up and almost even hear their voice of, what we say to ourselves is what we heard from someone else. And so we have this great opportunity with accountability to identify a lot in that magic recipe of noticing and listening and shifting can really bring some powerful energy into that healing process. So I want to talk about the accountability piece and how that leads into integrity and pairs up with integrity. So I work with, I'm a certified practitioner for emotion code training or emotion code healing. I'm a certified practitioner for like the next level up for body code healing. And that uses a form of biofeedback that is kinesiology. And my favorite thing is actually muscle testing people. So if I'm doing a demonstration, if I'm doing a workshop, I do it every month at clinic. When I have clinic, I take a volunteer to receive a sample session of restorative healing to get into those underlying causes of, physical pain or chronic pain, physical pain, uh, things like anxiety. There's a reason why that communication is coming up in the body. So anyway, so doing that, the face of the person that I am muscle testing, it as the demo, it never gets old. The strength that we do not have, the integrity that our body reflects, lack of integrity in our statement, there's lack of integrity in our body. So when usually a muscle testing demonstration is extending the arm and saying something that's true, saying something positive, even saying the word love. I was part of a workshop that was a very interesting experience. But usually people will say, my name is the correct name to make sure that we have strength. My name is Sarah. Yes, it is. Strong, strong, strong. And then When you say like the go-to, my name is Bob, my name is not Bob. So when I say that, it creates a weakness in my system. I'm reflecting the mind, the body, and the spirit through my body. There's not integrity in my word, and there is not integrity in my body. So the arm will test weak. So as I say, my name is Bob, I'm just kind of doing this right now because it's very hard to muscle test my own arm. But when that person has that experience of the body reflecting something that they were not aware of, that weakness in their arm, they cannot hold up their arm if they are saying something that does not have integrity. The muscle, the joint, the strength is not there. There's no integrity. So when we try to be accountable, and we have all this emotional baggage, we can almost imagine that as like compounding weaknesses in our body. So I was just having this conversation with my acupuncturist, who I super love, Colleen, up in Ithaca. And we were talking about like this area of my body had a major compromised situation a couple of years ago. I had a surgery, and this tends to still be a weak area. So lymph will build up here. I get lots of discomfort. So she was talking about oh my gosh, I just totally lost my train of thought. This area. Oh, so yeah, so we have a weak, people tend to have a weak area of the body. Our areas of the body can reflect the health of an organ, or everything is related, and there's lots and lots of layers. There's lots and lots of communication, which is why I love my job. Like decoding all of that stuff sheds so much wisdom to what is going on. So if I'm living outside of integrity, if I'm living, putting this effort out of being accountable and not being accountable, like just letting go of my obligations, letting go of my integrity, the integrity of my word, the integrity of my actions, the integrity of my overall intention, that shows up in my weak area. And that gets a lot of attention with the needles. That gets a lot of attention when I do my energy healing. And manifesting things to help, which is also a funny story that I'm also going to tell. When we first started working with my heart, my acupuncturist, Colleen, I left that appointment and immediately, and I still don't even know how, I slammed my pinky, which is where the heart and small intestines run here. We've talked about this before when we're doing the tapping routine, and when we start and we love and accept ourselves just the way we are, we're giving attention to that heart and small intestine meridian here on the side of the hand, and they come and the heart associates with this pinky finger. I slammed it in the door, and look at I have like a super major ouchie. And oh, I have somebody here. Thank you for being here. And I immediately said, that is a major reset in that heart meridian. Like that is my major reset. And I'm not saying that I just like had this like eureka moment and I was healed, but why I slammed it in the back of the door, in the back of the vehicle, it doesn't even make any sense how it could even happen. There's something in the way of the back door, and like, I don't even know how it happened, but man, was it sore, and man, did it get a reset. It got a lot of attention for healing. And it really was interesting. Then I got into thinking of like, wow, that's like really reflecting this like pain in my heart, and, finding ways to soothe that, finding ways to give that attention. So, I don't know. I'm kind of getting all kinds of crazy, but talking about like having a place in our body where something tends to have gone wrong, some organ or some joint, has been stressed for so long. We're living out of integrity for so long. It's contributing to this issue. And it's amazing when the underlying causes, the emotional baggage, kind of like that magnifying glass that is like exponentially contributing to the pain and the discomfort and the dysfunction, when they're removed, how it changes the physical body, how it changes our own experience moving through the world in our body. And sometimes, I needed a surgery, but my going past the surgery, getting what I needed to get done, the healing after that was miraculous. The healing after that was a total gift. And, we go to those extremes to clear the slate and understand that we're accountable for our health at any moment. Sometimes it gets way off. Sometimes there needs to be a major intervention. Sometimes there needs to be an intervention, an antibiotic or exercise program, and being accountable for being committed to those is how we show up for ourselves. Accountability leading into living in integrity. I love my book. Well, it's not my book, but I'll get a different one. This is what my copy of this book looks like, all my tabs and all kinds of craziness. But that Don Miguel Ruiz book, The 4 Agreements, I have a whole bunch of copies of this because I love sending them to clients. I love reading them with people. I love that book. I love giving them away. This book is all about accountability and integrity. And the first agreement is being true to being kind with your words, being true with your words. And everything else really just builds off of that. And when the more accountable we are for the words in our head, the words that come out of our mouth, the actions that come from our heart, our spirit, our body, our mind, everything, the more integrity we have, the better quality of life we have, the happier we are, the more aligned with our life purpose we can be. No doubt this book changed my life. But yes, that first agreement, be impeccable with your word. If you're going to read any book ever in your life, this is 120 pages in pretty, not small print. I guess it's maybe 130 pages. You can get a large print version of this at the library, I think right here in Candor. The 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz. It is so simple. Basically just be impeccable with your word. Boils down to that. And be accountable for what you want to do, being accountable for your word, being accountable for being impeccable. It's just this cycle that feeds each other, just like that noticing and listening and shifting. That's this self-sustaining, nourishing process that encourages energy, builds energy. Okay, well, we still have power, and I'm hearing we might not have power here in a minute. I have a ton of other stuff to talk about, but maybe that's just good enough for today. I do want to talk about the worksheets that I love so much. I put so much effort into them. I love getting feedback. I love sharing them. Please connect to my website with the resources that are there. I have worksheets that I put up there to help me with my goals for the Lent season. That's a 40-day period. So my worksheets are set up in like a 10-day cycle or a 10-goal cycle or like a 10-task cycle. There's some blanks there that you can fill things in to keep track of. But it's a little basic tracker, and there's like a coloring piece if you want to do it. But they are on my refrigerator. I absolutely love them. I love how it helps me be accountable for my word being impeccable. I have a daily goal and I have an overall goal, and both I have two different sheets. They're both up on the website. You can just download them for free. Go there and check them out. Tell me how they help you, and hang them up and love them and color them more, as beautiful as you can, be as creative as you can. But please enjoy them. There's other resources there. There's the 7-day journal, and there is my permission series that is pay whatever you want. And it's a cut and fold. So you have got to print stuff out, cut it out, fold it up, put it in a jar, and then you can have it forever. And it is that daily permission, or you can use it for, once a week, or you can use it a couple times during a day, where you pull out a permission and you connect to an intention for somewhere to grow, some advice, some divine intervention for advice of usually very hits the nail on the head with where we need to heal. That's up there. Like I said, I still have that up there for you can just pay whatever you want. And there's also, let's see, my two-page daily accountability or accomplishments journal worksheet. I don't really know what to call that, but it's meant to be reusable. It's only one. It's a great resource. Client, friend of mine, person that I super duper love, she really connected to that, laminated a whole bunch of them, donated them back to my practice. So I have them in my office that I get to share them for people, to have them for a gift. And I usually save them for people that attend clinic, just to throw that out there. So I guess that's about all I need to talk about. I'm really focused on my new passion with this financial goals, and I'm going to try to create some worksheets to support my growth in that, being more organized, because right now it's quite unorganized. I'm reusing like a thing, a daily, what is this? Like a planner, I don't know. And like, it's like, we got sticker notes and we got all kinds of stuff, and it's going okay, but I feel like it's some motivation to get that organized. And I'm going to put that up there for another free resource to download for a little while, probably at the end of Lent. I'll take that down with those other ones, and put something else up there. Keep it fresh, right? So please check out those resources. Please check out my blog. Please sign up for the newsletter. There's so many ways to connect and so many things that I offer. Please reach out if there is some emotional baggage that you're feeling like is holding you back, limiting your ability to dream and imagine yourself living in integrity, something holding you back from being the shiny, beautiful person that you are, something holding you back from being accountable for maybe something that you are those layers and layers of whatever, shame, guilt. Those are heavy, heavy emotions, and they're very hard sometimes to shake off on our own. Finding some support to identify where they are, how they're affecting the body, what they're connected to, and working to release them with somebody, it can be a game changer. And it's like this third person point of view. I'm trained in a ton of stuff, but I reach out and find people to work on me in these things that I believe in. Like I mentioned, my acupuncturist, she does things like with the meridian work, that I can probably, I was walked in there and I was like, I need a needle right here. And she was like, that's a very good point for you. And so I feel like my intuition is there, but there's this extra effort, this extra healing piece when we lay back and we receive someone else's third person point of view. I receive body code healing. I receive chakra balancing. I receive energy work all the time. I believe in it. I also believe there's only so much that I can see, from my perspective. That third person point of view, it adds a whole bunch and can take off those layers of those things that are magnifying issues that I'm too close to. I can't see them. So just that reminder to those practitioners that very often, I was going to say sometimes, very often we need that work as much as, we give that, we need to receive it back. We need to engage in it in a way that shows integrity, that we believe there is value in this. We believe that there's healing in this, that we believe, being accountable for that full cycle of giving and receiving. We can't just always be giving, and we can't always be, feeling like we are like that top level of whatever. There's my favorite thing that the Dalai Lama says when he speaks: I know nothing, but I've had these experiences and I have learned this from them. I know nothing. I know nothing. He is like the top, what is it? I can't think of the word I want to say, but like I want to say muchacha. That's not right. But like, the top of the totem pole. And I love that he approaches every talk that he offers, or at least he used to. I hope he still does this. It's my favorite thing. Like I said, I know nothing, but I've had these experiences and I have learned this from them. It takes out the emotional pieces. It creates this very neutral mind, this very neutral experience. And that's where we can step into a place of finding accountability for behavior, for lack of behavior, for the choices that we've made, choices that we haven't made. I don't know why I can't think of other examples, but and being accountable for where we are right now on our map of our wellness journey, and also really being accountable for what does our tree of life look like? Our tree of life. I use that as an example in the February blog about how, what those branches can mean, what the trunk can mean, and what the roots can mean, and how that really reflects our life, our body, our wellness, our journey. And we're accountable for that. We're holding on to the emotional baggage. No one else is. I'm holding on to mine. You're holding on to yours. That person is holding on to that person's emotional baggage. And the only person that can let that go, I can only let go of my emotional baggage. That person can only let go of that person's emotional baggage. And you can only let go of your emotional baggage. That's that empowering piece. It could feel kind of iffy. Neutral mind brings us back to that accountability where, like, oh yeah, I'm the only one holding on. So of course I'm the only one letting go. Okay, I can talk forever about anything. I'm going to get out of here. I'm so thankful to have had this time with you, because really 10 of 7, the power started, or maybe a little bit more than that, the power started flickering off, and I sat down here, the power came back on, and like right at 7 o'clock, it went out again. But we're here. It's up. It's gone. I'm so thankful. Endless love and gratitude for, I think I lost my person. I got into my like rambling and scrambling thoughts, but sorry. Anyway, I hope this finds you. I hope this finds you well. And I hope this finds you and inspires you. And you can listen, you can notice something, you can listen to that, and you can find a way to shift it and be accountable for all 3 of those pieces, especially the shifting part. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you again really soon.